Mid recap. It's Tuesday, November 26th. We are one day before Thanksgiving. As we said, tomorrow don't expect too much. Will be like a Friday, but look at today. We had some expectations from today, way better than yesterday, but we're basically trading flat here on the SPY. The Qs are up 0.2 and volume is really, really low. 24 millions on the SPY by now at the open. This means we will have a slow day. We are trading in this range for the last 2 days after this Thursday and Friday. That was up big, and that's the week that we have. It's nothing big going on, and that's because of a shortened holiday week. But that's basically what we expected, so no worries there. And we had 2 nice days. Yesterday we had Qualcomm, one trade at the open. As I wrote on the morning brief, if you got it today and read it, we are looking to this week, holiday weeks. We look to trade more at the open, less at the afternoons. That's it. We like to close the day early in the morning and go. So this is the Spire, and let's go to the trades that we did today. We called one trade, that was DSW. Let's move the pen, get to the 2-minute charts here. Let's start, from the daily chart. So here's the DSW, that was the split here, and then it's going higher from the day of the split to this area of the 47, and today is gapping down to this area. I like this gap basically on the daily chart. It's a perfect pivot to the lows here. Needs to break that, and it looks actually great to trade from my point of view. Looking at the 2 minutes at the open, okay, it runs higher from 43 area to the upside. That was the call, entry call was here. Okay, we'll post it later. Here you go, you have it here, 49 by 65, and we said 25 to 30 cents. That's what you need to take into consideration. I took first partial, I think average price around the 70 area or 75 for 2/3 size, and I followed the trend like this for the rest of the trade. So that was the pivot here on the 44 that Ran was waiting for. Okay, as you can see, that was a failed breakout. And remember when I asked you, did it really touch 43.06? Because down here we had way more than target 2. I hope it took more than 3/4 or 2/3 out in this trade at this area of the 43.40s. And then when it's coming into this area of the 43.50 and start doing that one higher, you don't have to be in. You can close even at this pivot here, 75, or don't wait a lot and close here. Maybe look to reshort, but that was not the case here. So this W was a nice trade. We'll see later how many hours we got out of it, but it was more than 2, I think, and it's a really nice trade. The DSW. Beside the DSW, there was the new one, and the new one was a big one. I don't know if you feel like you missed it or not. I don't feel like it so much, but I missed it, and I will tell you why. First of all, new one, it's the first of my list. It's a great gap. Okay, that's a tier 1 gap here. Below that pivot, 1550 area, consolidation for all months, and then a drop after earnings here. So yeah, I'm just looking at the daily. First bill, and it's gapping here, so it's a tier 1 gap for me, first on my list, and I will look at the 1 minute for trades on a trade like new one. And here is the 1 minute, and this is how I looked on this trade. Yeah, it's a tier 1 here on. The red is no significant at all here. Not every red. Okay, let's go back to the daily just for a quick comment on what Sharon said. the red here is not significant at all. You need to look at the overall trend of what the stock has been doing. Okay, and that one came down from 20 to 1550, consolidating in a range, and then breaking the range. It doesn't really matter if, well, it's matter if this red was like this, okay, to 15, and then you have another red day, then you have a trend totally red. If you just take this red like this inside this range, and doesn't matter if it's red or green, actually this is not something you take a point of to do a tier 1 or a tier 2 in this. Example of thing that is have a significant red. Don't know if we have that today. Not really. Not really, not today, and I don't remember examples, but we will have more. We will have more to look at in future. But this one for me is the perfect gap. This is exactly the place where it should run to in the morning. Okay, and on the 1 minute, as I said, let's look what it did on the 1 minute. I don't know if you remember my comment on this one, but I just did a comment on this one here in the room, but didn't play it actually. And it was here. This one dropped early. This is the 1 minute bar. And this is not something that I look for a G1 trade. 30 cents on new one ATR, I don't know, it's 30, 40 cents maybe usually. Don't expect too much from this one to do after 30-cent drop on the first candle. And then as Ron said also, we look for G4 here, and we got this. Now, usually you look at the ATMA here. For me, this is still too far, okay? I would usually look for the ATMA to come closer to the price. So I'd look for this stock to maybe go higher to 75, 80, and then consolidate with the price before it can go down again. But that wasn't the case here. As I saw this red down, and I look at the level 2, I said to myself, this can't go up, and it can drop significantly here. So this was the trade for me, the only one on the stock today, 55 by 68 by 70. That's the G2, and from here it was down all the way. Of course, this 14 that maybe a lot of people do, I would never take. This is a breakdown, but look on the 2 minutes. Yeah, there is nothing right. You can't see the setup that we want or setup that we would like to see, or something like we did see in this W just a couple of minutes ago. 5 minutes, nothing. Just going and going and going and going and going. Where you take it here as a breakdown with a 20-cent stop. I don't take this kind of trades. That's it. So the only trade was a 1 minute, and that was nem aggressive and not really aggressive. It's more, yeah, it was aggressive, and it was also kind of far from the moving average, which I don't like to trade so much, so far from the moving average. Let's look at the TTW, which was an idea also on the morning here, on the 1 minute. Okay, so TTWO was an idea here, 24. Why I didn't trade this one? It had 10-cent stop when target is 16. Okay, target is 16 here, and it didn't even do the 2 hours. And I don't want to trade 1 to 2 trades. I want 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1 to 5 trades. When I take the trade, it doesn't mean that every trade will do 3 hours or 4 hours or 5 hours, but when I look at the trade, I ask myself what it can do, where can it go. This one, I didn't see it below 16. So I decided to let this one go, the TTWO. We talked a lot today about WD, the Wednesday, right? So let's take a look at this one as well. This is the daily. So that gap opened exactly where it is now, and that is location, my friends. That is a great location. This area of the 81 to this area of the the 82 to 83 maybe. This is a big area of $1 location that we want to see sellers coming in and take the stocks down, and that's basically what happened. But look how it did happen. Again, let's go back to the 1 minute chart. Look at the open. So look at this G1 fade, right? Perfect, perfect trade. 82 by 80.20. Perfect G1 fade, right? Couldn't take it. Believe me, I tried this trade with a stop limit. It went down like 50, 60 cents. The uh, spread was huge there. And then it printed almost 81, went higher. What it did here, it did 82.50, and then you said to yourself, I can ask you, would you take this trade now when it looks like this? Is there a setup that we know that looks like a G2 fade, G3 fade, G4 fade, something you're familiar with? Yeah, and it's also clean. You're absolutely right. This is too difficult with the spreads. Especially on the morning, there was huge spreads there, 30, 40 cents easily. It might be down 2.5 hours. Yeah, it's very it's very hard to manage risk, Clint. I totally agree. Very hard to manage risk with this one. But even there is no setup, and look at the next candle. Boom, below 81, 82 to 81. Now to 83 1 minute candles, and this is not something I can guess. Or yeah, it happened here, but when I take a G3 or a G4 or G1 or G2, I know that 7 out of 10 trade will work and will work big for me. And here I just can't know. Can't know anything. So it just went. It went lower to 79 something and started a new trend. And now basing here at the 82 area. Basing at the 82 area. So that was WDAY. Um, yeah, we had a very short list, but we did very good with DSW. Some of you might get new one on the way down. And that's it. Any questions, guys, regarding trades or something you want to bring that you did and I didn't made a comment? I would love to. Okay. So we shots list yesterday and today, but good setups. Exactly, I totally agree. Good setups at the open, and we opt for that, and that's what we got. That's what we got, Clint. Love to be done by 11. Just love it to be done by 11. But yeah, most days I wouldn't mind to trade at 12, 12:30 even. But this is a short week, an holiday week. Nothing we can do. So we will take a break. I also would love to see you in the afternoon lesson. And that's it. I will see you back here at around, it's 10 to 12 now, I think 1:11 1:15 or something like that, 1:15 to 1:30. We will be back from lunch. We'll see if something is cooking. If nothing, then we will not trade this afternoon. We're good for the day anyway.